Oh, hi. My name is Jim. This is my channel, More Sunshine Please. My Tuesday night live stream, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. I think that's right. Welcome, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. Let's check the chat before we do anything else. Oh, I should do this, right? Oh, I forgot about that. Here we go. Darn it. I already blew it. There it is. I wonder what my screen looks like. I never know if it's pixelated or buffering. Zachary Pollock, I see you are the first one in the chat. You are today's winner. You win nothing but my admiration, but thank you so much for being here first. Juan Rodriguez. Juan, Happy New Year to you. I hope you got a chance to see my latest video. You are in it. It was a pleasure to meet you this year and to hang out. Blake, how are you? I saw you posted a video today. I will be watching that very soon. I've been busy today, not to make excuses why I haven't been supportive of more channels, but we're having guests over, so it was house cleaning day. So I've been busy, but welcome, Blake. Thank you so much for being here. D&G Explorers, Happy New Year to you. Disney Nerd Herders, thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year. Jason, Uper Wisdom Videos, hello from Florida to you. Amy, AJC Magic TV, Happy New Year. You are also in that video I was just telling Juan about, so if you haven't seen that, please check it out. It was a pleasure to meet you, Amy, this year. So I put your picture in there along with everybody else's I was fortunate enough to meet this year. Mike Wheeler, hello again. I was watching a chat earlier, watching a live stream rather, Myers and the Mouse. Mike was a guest, and he was showing us, he was pulling the curtain behind how what he does during a chat and how he's able to chat so quickly and effectively. And it was fascinating, and I want to thank Mike for opening up and showing us that. That was really cool. Part of Rose's World, Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much for being here. I'm not going to spend an hour on here. It'll be really quick. I feel I need to chaperone our gathering. But I want to say Happy New Year to everybody. But I wanted to go over kind of my year. Last year, I made a video of my 2018. And I had planned to do that for 2019. But it didn't happen. Instead, I made that video of all the people I got to meet, which is awesome. And I super happy with how that came out, and people seem to be receiving that very well. So I'm excited about that. Pam, welcome to the show. Happy New Year. Pam has been gracing me with season's greetings in all of the world's languages for the past month, and it's been awesome. So thank you, Pam, for continuing to do that right up until today. I think Swahili was the language of choice today, so that was pretty awesome. So anyway, let me, if you'll bear with me, I'm going to call up my own show here. I like to monitor it on my phone. For some reason, sometimes my show is extremely buffering and pixelated, but it appears to be all right. Excellent. Good news. Before I get into my year in review, I want to say hi to Eric Newman. Welcome to the show. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you. Cargo, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for being here. Little Darlin, 715, Happy New Year. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Take a time out on your New Year's Eve. Again, I'm not going to be on here for long, but I'm going to do my final taste test right now of the calendar year. And this is Andes. You know the company Andes, and they make the mints. Apparently, this is a cherry flavored one. The package has been thrown away. I haven't tried these, but what I'm told, this is a cherry flavored version of their classic mint. And you can see what is normally green is now a pink color. There's Andes. That's what I'm talking about. All right. It smells like a maraschino cherry. Not sure I'm going to love this, but it's for science. Mm-hmm. Cargo says Olive Garden candies. Yes, yes, among other places, right? It's not terrible. It's as we like to say, not worth the calories. We're gonna save that for bigger and better things. Speaking of bigger and better things, I don't know if anybody saw the Pepper Tree Villa live stream. I was fortunate enough to be a guest on last night, and we were trying different New Year's Eve hors d'oeuvres. So they went to Trader Joe's and got a bunch of selections. I went to a place called Sprouts and got a bunch of stuff there. But my favorite thing that I tried yesterday was from Publix, our local grocery store. And it was guava cake bars. Now, I think it was a cake they just cut, they pre-cut into pieces. But man, was that tasty. The cake was so, and forgive me for those that hate the word moist, but the cake was that. And the guava in there, if you're not familiar with guava, I had difficulty describing it, but I think Arnie said, I don't know who it was. I think it was Arnie that said it's like a fruit roll-up. And that's kind of what it smells like. It's very sweet. The guava filling is very sweet. The cake was delicious. I had another piece this morning, piece and a half, if I'm being honest, with my coffee this morning, and it was yummy. And I've got an entire cake full of these cake bars to go. So I will be hoarding those and then devouring them at my leisure. Actually, I've encouraged to put them out for our get together this evening. So again, I'm not trying to gain weight, but that's just going to happen this time of year, and I'm resigned to that. But I digress. Okay, so this was meh, if I can say that. Oh, not many people in our community have my address. I don't give it out. I like to keep what's private private. I don't have a P.O. box, but I was asked for my address by Mouse Talk so that they could send me a Christmas card. And I believe this is handmade. Happy Christmas wishes appears to be stamped on there. I believe this is a fantastically made card here. Look at that. And on the inside, and I was able to meet Walt and Melissa at the Magic Kingdom when they were here most recently. So they thanked me for coming to visit. It meant a lot to them, sending wishes for a blessed new year. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that card. Oh, by the way, I don't know about where you live, but fireworks are a big deal for New Year's Eve. So if you hear an explosion, like one just happened, I don't know if you could hear that. Let me know if you could hear that. But we live in a cul-de-sac, and at least two of the neighbors purchased fireworks for this evening, and they've already begun to set them off. So that's happening. Pepper Tree Villa, welcome, and Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for having me on your show last night. That was so much fun, as it always is. Enjoyed the taste of Christmas and the taste of New Year's Eve. So much fun and a pleasure to try all the food that you make me buy. Michael Riley, welcome and Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. Taking time out of your New Year's Eve to come visit and socialize. Thank you. Ben, I see you too. PTV2. It was more my pleasure. If I can one-up you on the pleasure scale. More my pleasure. Okay, so I think that's good. I want to run down, just before I went live, because I did not have time to make a year-end video. I went through my list of all the things I posted on YouTube and tried to make a list of my year-end review. And again, I'm going to start out in January and run through really quick. I'm not going to belabor this. These are all videos that are on my channel. If something sounds interesting, please go check it out. We started out, my very first video of 2019 was my family's visit to the Hoop-Dee-Doo review. I can't believe that was a year ago already. I think we went there on January 2nd. First time I remember going to that show. I don't think I ever went to that show with my family. I could be wrong when I was a kid. But we went, I took my family there in January. It's so much fun. A Disney classic. So we did our Hoop-Dee-Doo review. So that's on our channel. Our second video, and among all of these videos I'm mentioning are weekly live streams that I've done. But of the edited stuff I've done, the next thing that came up on the list was the Incredibles celebration at Hollywood Studios at what used to be Pixar Place. I guess maybe they're still calling it that, but I'll be honest, I don't know. But right before you go into Toy Story Land, before you take that right-hand turn, if you know what I'm talking about, if you're familiar with the layout of Hollywood Studios, if you go straight, that dead end there is an Incredibles area. And they had a place where you can find Jack. They put him in a different place every day. They provided Incredibles snacks, including a Num Num cookie. There was a dance party at the end of the street, and Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl and Frozone would come out and join you. And part of that video, which is really heartwarming, is when Mr. Incredible came up to my daughter. She was sitting in her transport chair at the time, and gave her a hug. And that was really cool. I captured that on video. It was really neat. I could have swore I just heard raindrops. That can't be happening. I don't know what that noise was. Kay Atwood, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for being here. Queen Harriet, welcome to the stream. PTV sent me over. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Sunshine Nation. My next video is the International Festival of the Arts. Longtime viewers of this channel know that I love all of the Epcot festivals, and this is no exception. I tried, I think, every food offering at the Morocco booth at that festival. It was all good. And the Festival of the Arts provides so much entertainment. And it's the festival that's most like a street fair that you would find in any community. You know, they have booths selling art, paintings, sculptures. They're making art there. It's just very cool. I did a video talking about the store Uniqlo, which is at Disney Springs, and how they have very well made but inexpensively priced, if that's proper, Disney gear. So they have Disney shirts there that are not $35, but instead are like $15 depending on what kind of sale is going on there. But these are really well-made shirts. So I bought a t-shirt from Uniqlo, and it's always fun because they're always changing their product line. So that was very cool. They commission artists to design things. But they also have the classic Mickey shirt. Anyway, So we did that. I went to the Ralph Breaks the Internet meet and greet at the Journey to Imagination building at Epcot. I didn't do the meet and greet. I really don't do meet and greets. I can't get beyond the fact that there's a college kid in that costume. Anyway, if you do those things, more power to you. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's not for me. I suppose I could do the BB-8 one, knowing that there's not a person in there. That's me. Anyway, but I thought that meet and greet where you can just stand there and watch people meet these characters, Vanellope and Ralph. It was really neat. And when those cast members take a break, they go through this tunnel, and it's like a portal, and they're going back into the internet, and then they come back. It's kind of neat how they did that. It's just not for me. Sorry. But I show you what that meet and greet is like. So that video is on my channel as well. I did a live stream from the Baseline Tap House at Hollywood Studios. I hadn't really gone there. It had been open a while. And this is a bar that's right by the Muppet Vision 3D area, if you're familiar. And we got some appetizers as well. That was enjoyable. Among other things, I did so many tests of food this year. I realized I might have a problem, but one of the things I did was I finally tried the caramel popcorn at the Germany Pavilion in Epcot. This is Werther's caramel. So I finally did that. And among other food reviews, and I'll just list these off. I did the deconstructed BLT at the Festival of the Arts. I tried the Cheshire Cat tail at Magic Kingdom. We tested the avocado margarita at the Mexico Pavilion. That was really cool and different. We went to Blaze Pizza at Disney Springs. That was cool too. Super hot ovens, very thin pizzas, so they're done just like that. It was very good, very good. I tried the blue and the green milk at Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios. I prefer the green, but I've got a video about that. When my son and I went to the Magic Kingdom resorts to look at all their Christmas decorations, while in the Contemporary, we purchased the frozen apple cider, which was good. It just tasted like apple cider. But it was good. It was fun to get that. I think we got it along with the gingerbread man. Yeah, very fun, very festive. And then, of course, assorted apple spice offerings. I think through a series of 5 or 6 live streams. I tried a bunch of that. And all of that was inspired by Pepper Tree Villa. I saw a video where they were trying their seasonal findings at the stores. And I loved it so much, I stole the idea. So again, Pepper Tree Villa, thank you so much for providing that. Blake agrees with me. The green milk is better. I can see that. I agree. Although I think most people enjoy the blue more, but it was too sweet for me. Juan says it's fun to get all sassy pants with the meet and greets. I'm going to leave that to you, Juan. I'll bet that is fun, though. And then I did the assorted eggnog and gingerbread and peppermint foods over the course of December. And that was so much fun. And I don't think I tried anything I hated. Everything was pretty darn good. Patrick Zippity Doodad, Happy New Year to you. Thanks so much for stopping by. So yeah, green milk, so much better than the blue. I think I dumped out the rest of the blue. I'm sorry. That's wasteful. I know. But I really resented having to buy the blue one. No, I didn't. Where am I? Okay, so I tried the caramel popcorn at the Germany Pavilion. That was really good. Really delicious. I made a video where I joined D23 and I opened up the package that packages actually that they sent for their membership. I got a nice pin collection, the D23 magazines that they sent. So that was fun. I joined D23. in hopes that it would offer, and I know that it did, a bit of a discount for the D23 Expo tickets. So that's coming up in a little bit. I went to the Epcot Flower and Garden Festival. That's the most beautiful of the festivals. Well, I might argue that the Festival of the Holidays is equally as beautiful, but that was fun. Ate some stuff there. All of these festivals have great food. So it's a pleasure for me to go there and try the stuff. My son and I got water park passes. So I released a couple of videos showing our time at Typhoon Lagoon, and then later we went to Blizzard Beach. That's a blast. Those places are awesome. I guess I kind of wish we would have used those passes a bit more, but we still have them. We have them until next May, I think. So there'll be time when the weather warms up here in Florida to go back. So we still have those. I tried to send a postcard from one of the decorative classic mailboxes on Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood Studios. And I knew that Disney Nerd Herders were coming to Florida in about a month. This was, I think, in May, and they were coming in June. And I wanted to send them a, hey, can't wait to see you postcard. And I wanted it to have the stamp, the Disney stamp on there. And so I went, my wife was holding the camera as I'm trying to open up one of the mailboxes on Hollywood Boulevard, and it wasn't opening. And I thought, how foolish am I? I don't know how to open a mailbox. But as it turned out, they were all locked. And if you want to send a postcard or mail from Hollywood Studios, you go over to the bathrooms. There's a cast member area. So it wasn't as cool, but I still got to send Disney Nerd Herders a postcard from Hollywood Studios. And then Disney Nerd Herders came into town, and they had set up a day where I could meet them at Epcot. But not only them, I was able to meet Donna Jaworski and Arjons. And I would not have met them if not for Charlie and Stacy setting that up. So I want to thank them. It was awesome to hang out at Epcot with all of those guys. And I added the pictures I took from that day in my latest video. Just my little slideshow of everybody I got to meet in person this year. Mouse Talk is in the chat. Welcome and Happy New Year to you. I showed everybody the card you sent. Thank you so much for that. That is awesome, and no doubt crafted with love. Thank you so much. Okay, so right after that, I did a live stream from the Magic Kingdom, and that was on June 25th, and it rains here in Florida every day during the summer, but I don't remember it raining harder than it rained that day. I don't remember being at the parks when it rained harder than it did that day. So as I'm struggling, I don't know if you guys could hear that. I just got a pop-up on my computer. I don't know if you can, I don't remember being at the parks when it rained so hard. And so as I was struggling to get to the Magic Kingdom on time for my usual live stream, it is just, I'm on the ferry because they closed the monorail down. So I'm on the ferry and rain is practically sideways. So the wind is whipping. It's raining super hard. I get a notification on my phone that Charlie went live to fill the void. So I thank him for that. And then, so I finally make it to the Magic Kingdom gates. And I'm trying to watch Disney Nerd Herders on their live stream to find out where they are, where I can meet up with them. But I also go live at the same time. And it's still raining cats and dogs. And it's hard to see. There's nobody on Main Street except for a few crazy people that are loving jumping in the puddles there during the monsoon. But what's funny is after that day, I went back and watched the live stream and realized, oh, I passed them I couldn't tell where they were standing, but it was a lot of fun. The rain finally let up and we had an awesome time. Me and the Disney Nerd Herders, and Expedition Greg was there as well, so I got to meet him. His pictures in my latest video as well. Noah, Happy New Year. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for stopping by. But that was a great day and so much fun. And we battled through the rain and we rode so many rides. And Pepper Tree Villa says, Jim, you were as soaked that day as you were when you rode Splash Mountain at Disneyland. No, I wasn't. I was not as wet as I was on Splash Mountain. But we'll get to that in a moment. So right after that, I couldn't stay in Florida for the Disney Nerd Herders' entire vacation. But it was a pleasure to watch them every day. Every day they did a morning little live stream. And that was fun to watch, especially because my family had plans to go visit family in Michigan. So that's what we did. But I was able to stay in contact with the Disney Nerd Herders every day and find out about their adventures on their vacation. So that was cool. While I was in Michigan, I did a live stream from my sister's house. I showed off her amazing Christmas decorations, including the, 2.5-foot tall hitchhiking ghosts that she puts out in her yard every year. Among other things, it was really cool of her to get all those out and set them up so I could show them off for that live stream. On our way back, we drove, actually, back from Michigan, and I did a live stream on I-75 on the way back because I have a scheduled 7:30 Tuesday live stream. It's on the live place. I've got to keep that up. I can't not do it. I'm kidding. But so that was interesting. I did a live stream on the road as I was driving. I wasn't holding the camera, and I kept my eyes on the road. It was all good, but it was an adventure to try to do that. Bye, Rosa. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. Thanks for stopping by. Next, I'm only through half my list, really. Back in April, we went indoor skydiving. We had family visiting us during spring break. So in April, we went into Tampa and did the indoor skydiving. But I didn't get that video edited until July or August or whenever it was. So that was a lot of fun. I wasn't very good at it, but it was fun. You can see the guy trying to corral me. There's so much to remember. That's all I'll say. There's just so much to remember while you're in the cage or whatever they call it, in the booth. Whatever. It was a lot of fun. I guess I would do it again. But my son was so much better at it than I was. Then I made a video about the day that D23 reservations were available, and everybody going to the D23 Expo. And Disney had a new reservation system where you could reserve. It's kind of like a fast pass for different panels and celebrity greetings and artist greetings. And they had stores that you could make a reserved time to go visit. So that was interesting. So I made a video about that. And then late August was the D23 Expo. I was fortunate enough to check out the D23 Expo. I got to meet D&G Explorers for the first time out in Anaheim, as well as Bob and Ashley went out there. I had met them before, but got to hang out with them quite a bit. Matthew and Lauren from Matthew and Lauren Vlogs were out there. Got to hang out with them. Matthew and Lauren are both Disneyland cast members, and they have a great channel. Pepper Tree Villa, I got to meet Pepper Tree Villa and Juan Rodriguez. It was a great weekend. It was so much fun. It was too short, but Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure are awesome. The Incredicoaster is my favorite Disney coaster. What else? Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout is so much fun. it was really cool to ride Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, all these rides that we have here in Florida too, but to get to ride them in Anaheim and see the differences and lament the fact that their rides are so much better. No, I don't. But it was really, really a great weekend. So I vlogged that, and throughout the course of the fall and actually into winter, I think I released a series of videos about my experiences there. But only one of those days did I go into the actual expo. So the rest of the time was visiting the parks, and I didn't really know what to expect with the expo. I thought it would be one thing. It turned out to be a bit different than I thought, but um, it was enjoyable. I'm glad I went. I don't know if I'm going to go next time, but if it's in Florida, perhaps. If it's right here in the backyard, yes. But I don't know if I need to go to Anaheim for the expo. I would go back to the parks. And then the weekend after the D23 Expo was when the Beverly Challenge happened. I did not participate in that. I'm smarter than that. But what I did was I went there and I made a video. I didn't really vlog it. I didn't talk to anybody, but I was just like a fly on the wall there. And I was getting different angles. So I put that together. So that's actually very interesting. And at that Beverly Challenge, I got to meet so many people that I probably normally would take me a year to meet. I got to meet Amy from AJC Magic TV, who's here. The Diz and That crew. I got Mouse Talk. They're all in the video I just released yesterday. So please check that out. It was a pleasure to meet everybody. I have not met a single bad person here that I know of. Maybe they're bad. No, they're fine. So the Beverly Challenge, I think, was the beginning of the Epcot Food and Wine Festival. So back in May, my wife and I went meatless. We aspire to be vegan. We're not quite vegan, but we went meatless. So I did the Food and Wine Festival this time, being a vegetarian for all intents and purposes. So I made a video about my experience going meatless at the Food and Wine Festival. And there is no shortage of awesome offerings there. So I made a video about that. And making videos at the Food and Wine Festival is a labor of love. That's so cool. That's a great festival. I am now into November. I checked out the Christmas decorations at Magic Kingdom. They put those up right after Halloween. They got to do it in time for the very first Christmas party. So I made a video about that. While I was there, I rode the Jingle Cruise. That's so much fun. Then the Monday before Thanksgiving, my son and I went to the Epcot, the Magic Kingdom resorts to do the tour. I did it last year by myself. I dragged my son along this year. Just looking at all the Christmas decorations at the Magic Kingdom resorts. That's the Polynesian, the Grand Floridian, the Contemporary. Then we took a boat over to Fort Wilderness and the Wilderness Lodge. And I had so much fun last year and this year doing it. I didn't even go into the park that day. It's just, Disney goes all out and they decorate for Christmas like nobody's business. And there was new stuff this year. Wilderness Lodge had a brand new gingerbread house on display. I got to see the tree inside the Grand Floridian this year. So it was really cool. And I wouldn't mind making that my own little Christmas time tradition, going to see all those things. Disney Plus came out. And the first thing I watched on Disney Plus was Steamboat Willie. And I know I'm not the only one to do that. And maybe that's trite or cliche, but I had never seen the whole thing before. And I thought, if there's this is the best time to watch Steamboat Willie. And it's great to see it. I think they restored it because it's in such great resolution. It's such a great version of it. Before, you could see it on YouTube, but it wasn't great, and certainly it was available on video or whatever. But Disney Plus, man, you can just see those classic vintage cartoons in such great high definition now. It's awesome. Part of Disney Plus, or not part of Disney Plus, but Disney Plus was kind of allowed me and some other folks, Charlie from Disney Nerd Herders, Derek and Greg from D&G Explorers, and Ben from Pepper Tree Villa. We became the Five Foolish Mortals. And so we started a live stream, an unscheduled, well, we don't really have a pattern other than we'll try to do it every 3 weeks, but we get together on a Saturday, and our first one was talking about a couple of Disney Plus videos. So our very first show we watched, and we didn't watch it on the stream, but we talked about the adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, or whatever the name is, and it was just fun. It was fun to have watched it and then talk about it with these guys and have fun in the process. But we've done it 2 other times since. That first show was on the D&G Explorers channel. Then we did a show, kind of wasn't meant to be a Five Foolish Mortal show, but it turned out to be that way, because we were all there, and we were trying different foods, like I talked about earlier. Is Dean here? Dreamer's Empire? He is. Dean, Happy New Year. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, I see Blake watched The Mandalorian first. I just watched the last one, episode 8 on Monday. I really enjoyed The Mandalorian. Yeah, you can't go wrong there. No spoilers, so I won't be talking about it. I will just say that the last episode was directed by Taika Waititi, who directed Thor Ragnarok. It was a good one. Anyway, so enough of that. So Five Foolish Mortals. So on my channel, we had all this holiday taste testing. And then most recently on the Disney Nerd Herders channel, we watched Mickey's Christmas Carol and The Muppet Christmas Carol. And we talked about that. And that's it's just great fun. And I'm so glad we're getting together to do that, the 5 of us. Our next show will be, Ben's going to be hosting it, and I think it's going to have a trivia theme to it. So I can't wait for that. And that's going to be mid to late January, not July. What am I talking about? Mid to late January. So we'll let you know more about that, but that's a lot of fun. I did a live stream from Hollywood Studios, Sunset Seasons Greetings. And God, I love that. That's just my favorite place to be in the parks, in the Disney parks. Sunset Boulevard with the lasers and the Snope falling from the sky, the projections on the Hollywood Tower Hotel. I just love it. And then the rest of the park has its vintage decorations around Echo Lake. Toy Story Land has a little bit of Christmas decorations going on. I wish they had a bit more, but it's still cool. So that was fun. And I was there by myself that day, but the chat, when I'm there with the chat, it's like I'm not there alone. So that's more fireworks. If you're just tuning in, people in my cul-de-sac are shooting fireworks off already. So we've got hours of that to come. I'm not bitter. Okay. And then finally, being a guest on other people's live streams has been a joy as well. I had mentioned Pepper Tree Villa. Most recently, I was on last night and trying the foods. So much fun. I have also been on with D&G Explorers, Bob and Ashley, the Disney Nerd Herders, Rob Fuzz. I was also on not most recently, I was on with Pepper Tree Villa most recently. But before that, the day before that, I was on with Dole Whip Dad, Jeff, at his channel, Dole Whip Dad, and he interviewed me. The Orlando guy is in the stream. Thank you so much for being here. You forgot to mention your first time eating fruitcake. I'll mention it now. It wasn't that bad. All the garbage on top, that candied fruit, not necessary. Why don't they make a fruit cake with actual real fruit in there? Because the cake part was great, but all that nastiness, that's not necessary. It's like putting gummy bears on top of a cake. Don't do that. That's not what it's for. More okay. So that was my year in review. My most recent video, if you haven't checked it out, Donna Jaworski, thanks so much for being here. Happy New Year to you. If I didn't see you before, I'm seeing you now. Donna's in my latest video. It's just a slideshow of all the people I was lucky enough to meet in person this year. And it's I got a kick out of taking pictures with everybody, and I certainly had a lot of joy when I was putting the slideshow together. So I encourage you to check out my video, all of the awesome people I got to meet. And I'm hoping to make a similar video next year with a bunch of brand new people in our community that I did not get to meet this past year. Our John's welcome and Happy New Year to you. You are also in that video. I have a picture of you. So I want to thank everybody for letting me take pictures with them this year. So that's on my channel. Anything else? I don't think so. I think that's all I wanted to do. We're throwing a little shindig. My son is in there. I think I need to chaperone it. So I'm going to get going with that. But I want to thank, I see Mouse Talk, Donna, Arjons, Dean, everybody else, Charlie and Stacy. Thank you so much for being here. Amy, thank you for being here. Happy New Year. The Orlando guy. Who else did I not see? Pepper Tree Villa. Guys, thank you so much for everything this year. Mike Wheeler, thanks to you. Blake, thank you so much for your support and being here. I'm going to watch your video tonight as soon as I can. As soon as I make sure there's enough cookies on the cookie plate there and everybody has a drink. Uber Wisdom Videos, Jason, thank you so much. I got to meet them this year, and I'm going to I could have put their picture in the video. Oh, now I feel awful. Noah, who else was here? Kay Atwood, always tuning in. Thanks so much. Part of Rose's World was here earlier. I had to leave. Juan Rodriguez, thank you so much. Everybody. Eric Newman was here. And Zachary Pollock was the first one in today. So everybody, Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much. I'll continue doing my Tuesday night live streams. And I will continue to watch as many of yours as I possibly can. Thank you. Thank you for a wonderful 2019. Here's hoping 2020 is even better. And Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much. I appreciate your support. Oh, Christy's here. Thank you so much for popping in. Christy, I've got to record my video right after this. Haven't done it yet. But Happy New Year to you and to everybody. Thank you so much. I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I will see you in 2020. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good night.